how's the feeling to score 2 goals in your debut in Darul Rahman in front of Kedah own fans?
It's a great feeling. It's not the first time I'm scoring in the stadium, a couple of times, but this is like first time I'll be scoring here wearing the same badge as most of the people watching me, so it's a great feeling. At least not just for me, but for the team. You know, this is like we have new players. I was trying to restructure the team, and this is the first time we are playing in front of the fans with this new setup. So it's good for us to have this kind of outstanding victory today.
As a striker, what do you think about the support systems around you, the teammates that helps you to score goals?
Yeah, it's about the chemistry. You know, sometimes it takes just training for you to get to know your players. Sometimes it takes a few games. Sometimes it takes a few seasons. Like the biggest clubs now, you know, like Manchester City, you see JDT, you know, they keep the core of the team for like a couple of years. So now, you know, it's a very great feeling when if you can close your eyes and you know where your teammate is running to, or your teammate can close his eyes and he knows where you're running to. You know, goals. There are more, you know, it's easier to score goals when you can predict your support system. You know, you can predict where the ball will fall, what he will do, and you know, we're trying to build this gradually. I don't think we're there yet, but it's quite better than the last game, right? So we're going somewhere.
Dayo, before you enter the game, maybe you have some target when you go like before the game. Do you have your ambition and the target to score big goals tonight? But it achieve, see, match with what you target.
Yeah, you know, we are not going to training. We are going to play against a team that wants to score against us too. You know, so for me, my style is not, my style is to try and score in every game and to try and convert every chance that I get. So I don't really pressure myself, you know, to say, oh, when you're going against this team, I must score 3 goals. So if the first half you don't get goals, you start to, you know, you start to put yourself under pressure. So I don't. For me personally, I just go into the game and say there are some very tough games that you might end up scoring 3 goals, 2 goals, 3 goals. You know. So if you say this game, let me just manage 1 goal. What if the chance comes, you know, to score more goals? So I'm just on the pitch like a machine, you know, get the chances and convert, get more chances and convert. So I'm not under pressure I'm not here to prove any point to anybody about my ability to convert chances to goals. So I'm just on the pitch like a machine. I'm just there. Whatever comes to me, whatever I can create, whatever I can assist the team to create, we just keep scoring goals. That's just me. I don't put myself under pressure and say, I must score 3, I must score 4, I must score 5 in this game. No. And sometimes maybe it's not for you to score goals. Maybe it's for you to create the chance, for you to get the 3 points. But because you have in your head, you have to score goals, you just fling the ball up because you want to score goals. The most important thing is for us to get, if I score 3 goals and they beat us 4-3 today, we will go home sad, including me. So the most important thing is 3 goals. Alhamdulillah, I'm part of 3 points. So Alhamdulillah, I'm part of the ones that contributed. So yes.
During the first half, it's quite tough, it's quite difficult to penetrate, to get into the right position. But second half, the other way around. Is there any difference first half and second half in the position of you attacking?
Yeah, sometimes you have to watch the games over and over again. Like this is the job of the coach. They will take 1, 2, 3 days to watch the game over and over again. Sometimes you win a game by in the last 15 minutes, and it doesn't end up being a tough game.
Yeah.
So, it's like if you see our first half against PDRM, identical to what happens here today. We pump the ball around, but for us to penetrate is quite difficult. But you have to do all these things in the first half to have a good second half sometimes. So so maybe they get more tired, they lose balance. The second half is quite similar to the last 10 minutes of the first half. We created so many chances, so we directly brought this to the second half, and it was okay.
And Leo, basically you were a striker that can perform under pressure that you mentioned. What are the rituals or what are the thoughts that goes in your mind to perform under pressure? As we all know, you are replacing import striker, which is not so bad, scoring 8-9 goals if I'm not mistaken, but we know fans being fans, putting a lot of pressure. So is there any special ritual on your side, keep on performing under pressure because you have nothing to prove?
Yeah, for me, I think it's the mentality. I've grown up, having so much to improve on. From my parents, from where I grew up from in Nigeria. Playing football. We're very small and we be on the street. We place bet on short games. You have to give everything. It's not the first time I have to come to a club and have to, be compared to the past strikers. When I was in Celando, Rufino was top scorer, and I came into the team. I was looking at, we were playing together, and when he left, I was still there. So sometimes it's more like a motivation for you. If you come into a club, look at Kedah, it's a team with great history. So if you're here, whatever you do on the average, nobody will celebrate. So you have to be on top of your game. So nobody will celebrate. You will not be the first striker to score goals here, to perform really well. We've had many great strikers here, and so it's like wearing Real Madrid jersey or Barcelona jersey or Manchester City. There's so much expectation, from you. And I think this should be, it's part of the job. It's part of the job. If it's not hard, they won't bring the foreigners here. They will just bring the guys from the villages and they come wear the jersey and they play. But it's quite tough. But you have to face it. That's why they bring people that they think can do the job. So it's more of like a motivation. I am aware the guy that was here didn't really do badly, So if I'm coming here now, I have to squeeze whatever I have inside me and squeeze out the best and try to help the team.
All right, thank you very much.